Stranger Things, a popular show on Netflix, brought everyone into the Upside Down in 2016, and each season since has been better than the last. Will Byers, played by Noah Schnapp, was first introduced to us in season 1. When he mysteriously disappeared, he became the center of Matt and Ross Duffer's 1980s themed sci-fi. Now, the cast and fans are looking forward to season 5, the last chapter, which will be much darker. Schnapp says that the series will end with Will. Noah Schnapp says Stranger Things Season 5 ends with Will Byers. Even though the sci-fi show is known for the weird creatures that live in the made-up town of Hawkins, Indiana, it's the main group of friends who give the show its heart and keep the story going. Even when portals to other dimensions were tearing Earth apart, we could count on Will, Mike, Lucas, Dustin, and Eleven to save the day. As the seasons went on, we met more characters like Max Mayfield, played by Sadie Sink, and Robin, played by Maya Hawke. By season 4, Will was still shy and troubled by his link to the Mind Flayer in the Upside Down. Like in real life, the group started to split up. By the time they got to high school, Will's story was lost between girls, school, and the distance between California and Indiana. On top of that, season 4 confirmed the rumors that Will was gay, which made him even less close to his best friends. We all felt like he was lost. Fans started to wonder if the Duffer brothers had forgotten about poor Will. But in an interview with Forbes, Schnapp said, "I can tell you that I'm very excited for what's to come. This season, they did a great job with Will's character and did everything they needed to do beautifully. The ending of the show was just right. The story begins with Will and it ends with Will." There's no doubt that Schnapp's role will be very important in the end. Ever since he went into it, Will has had some telepathic connection with the things that live in the Upside Down. In the season 4 finale, when everyone is happy, Will gets the heebie-jeebies, which signifies that things are not as they seem. Fans can only hope for the best when the Hawkins group goes up against Vecna's evil army. With his senses and 11 superpowers, he should be able to win. Will Byers gets a more substantial role in Stranger Things 5. Since he was kidnapped in the first season of Stranger Things and taken over by the Mind Flayer in the second, Will Byers seems to have faded into the background. There haven't been any stories about him in recent seasons other than a subtle look at his sexuality. This means that Stranger Things Season 5 could be Will's time to shine, with him getting a much bigger part in the action as the young characters go head to head with the bad Vecna. People have wanted Will to become the main character again, so giving him a bigger role in Season 5 is definitely the right choice. Will has a connection to Vecna, so he could face the villain. In the first season of Stranger Things, Will spent time stuck in the Upside Down. When he came back, he was permanently changed. He could now have hallucinations, be controlled by the Mind Flayer, and know when Vecna is close. Will's biggest challenge is now that he has a strange connection to Vecna, who turns out to be number 1. This connection has always warned him when danger is close, like when the Mind Flayer attacks Hawkins in Season 3 and when Vecna attacks in Season 4. This will definitely be a major plot point in Season 5 of Stranger Things. Many people think Will could fight Vecna on his own instead of Eleven, since Will and Vecna have a connection that no one else does. In an interview with Forbes, Schnapp hints at this by saying that the story will end with Will, which suggests that Will play a big part in the final battle against Stranger Things villain. It would be great to see the young cast work together to eliminate Vecna, with Will and Eleven stopping his attacks by working together. This would be the best way for Will Byers to get back into the spotlight and end his hard journey. Will's sexuality storyline also needs to come to a satisfying conclusion. Will's sexuality has been one of the most important storylines developing in the background of Stranger Things. Will's sexuality has been hinted at since the first season of Stranger Things, but the plot hasn't started to move forward until season 4. Since Stranger Things takes place in the 1980s, when gay people were often treated badly because of the AIDS crisis, it's no surprise that Will has trouble coming to terms with his sexuality. But since Stranger Things is ending, there's no doubt that this story will end in a satisfying way. Stranger Things Season 5 hinted that Will has strong feelings for Mike. This was clear when Will broke down in tears on their way to find Eleven, which was a very sad scene. Noah Schnapp said that Season 5 would beautifully address everything they need to. This suggests that the storyline about Will's sexuality will be resolved in the next season, and that Will might tell Mike how he feels. Mike and Eleven are still together, so how this will turn out needs to be clarified. However, Will has support from his family and friends during this emotional and very important storyline. Stranger Things 5 hints suggest Will's survival. People wonder which characters will make it to the end of Stranger Things Season 5. This is especially true since the show has been criticized for being afraid to kill off its main characters. When main characters don't die, viewers often have to fall in love with secondary characters like Barb, Bob, or Eddie in Stranger Things Season 4, who then die. Many people think that one or more characters will die in the last season of Stranger Things, but Schnapp's hint could mean that Will live, which would be the biggest insult to Vecna, who has been scaring Will for years. Stranger Things Season 5 won't be the end of the popular Netflix show because a spin-off is in the works. However, the Duffer Brothers have said that the spin-off will be very different from Stranger Things and won't have any of the same characters. This means that the stories of Stranger Things will have to be wrapped up by the end of Season 5 unless the show returns. Will Byers could be one of the few characters to make it to the end of the series, and he could play a very important part in Stranger Things Season 5. 11 can undo Vecna's control in Stranger Things 5. Vecna seems to have complete control over the Upside Down since he is the only human who lives there after 11 sends him there. Vecna took control of the Upside Down from the old house that belonged to his family. He used the hive mind to kill the people of Hawkins from a distance. But in Stranger Things, Vecna is not as strong as 11. Since Vecna controls the Upside Down and the Mind Flayer, it makes sense that 11 could take control of the Upside Down from Vecna. 11 showed that she could beat Vecna when she rode on Max's memory and when Vecna held her hostage in the Upside Down. The Duffer Brothers have confirmed that Stranger Things 5 will jump forward in time. In previous seasons, there were time jumps of 7 to 10 months. It needs to be clarified how Season 5 will have a big time jump though, since Season 4 ended on a time-sensitive cliffhanger. 11 may need the time jump because she only got her powers back at the end of Stranger Things Season 4. Scientists have found that 11's abilities work like muscles. The more she uses them, the stronger they get. This was true when she learned to use her powers at Hawkins' lab and when she practiced with Callie, 11's long-lost sister. After the end of Season 4, it makes sense that 11 will start training to fight Vecna right away. Unlike the endings of previous seasons, the end of Season 4 did not give any characters a false sense of security. Instead, as the Upside Down crept into Hawkins, everyone could feel how critical the situation was. Still, the time jump makes sense because both 11 and the rest of the Hawkins gang hurt Vecna very badly. Although the Upside Down has infiltrated Hawkins, Vecna requires time to recuperate before engaging in combat with 11. Although 11's confrontation with Vecna did not physically injure her, it did drain her strength. Therefore, she will use the additional time to enhance her abilities. What controlling the Upside Down means for 11's ending. Vecna will almost certainly lose in Stranger Things, but the best case scenario for Season 5 is also one of the worst. Most people still don't know how the Upside Down works, but the Hawkins lab flashbacks showed them some important information. First, it proved that 11 was the first to open a gate between Hawkins and the Upside Down when she sent one to the Wasteland, where he turned into Vecna. Vecna found the parts he later put together to make the Mind Flayer. 11 could also control the Upside Down because Vecna could, but Vecna could only control the Upside Down because he was in it. If it turns out to be impossible to close all the gates to the Upside Down, 11 may have to give her life to keep the Upside Down running. Stranger Things seems to be setting up a sad ending for 11 as the show has gotten darker over the years. If she is the only one who can stop the monsters of the Upside Down from ever hurting anyone else again, 11 will give her life for the greater good. In Season 1, when 11 killed the Demogorgon, she said goodbye to Mike as if she thought she would die or get stuck in the Upside Down. This was proof of this claim. Now it's time to sit back and wait for the highly anticipated final season of this beloved supernatural show. Thank you for watching our video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, cheers.